what pelvic floor exercises you do and how you do them make a huge difference addressing bladder control, and this video is all about that. So let's explore. There are so many exercises out there claiming to address pelvic floor issues, either tightness or weakness. When it comes to pelvic floor in general, the word Kegel or Kegel exercises are basically a household name. I'm totally against Kegel exercises. And the reason I am is because I've seen them do more damage than good. Meaning people, in an attempt to do Kegels or reverse Kegels, they actually hurt themselves because they bear down. That's not what is to happen. So the first thing I recommend to my patients is stop doing Kegels. Now we need to give them a replacement to Kegels. And in fact, most likely what Dr. Kegel, the guy who came up with the exercises, was thinking of, hopefully, is what we all did as human babies. We breathed a specific way. I call it biological breathing. This way required us breathing in and out through our noses, and instead of pushing the tummy out, we pushed the sides out. Of course, we didn't know what the heck we were doing, but this is how it was done. So in an attempt to correct a problem, we're gonna learn how to breathe because we're trying to create an environment that allows basically the right things to happen to us. Biological breathing is one of them. If you had subscribed to my channel, you would have known what this is like. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe to my channel. We're gonna put that video at the end of this video, so make sure you watch it. So when you breathe biologically, you relax the muscles inside the pelvis with the breath in. When you breathe out, it's these same muscles that come together to allow you to breathe out. That means the condition of these muscles is highly important to your functionality. That is why at a frequency of every breath, you're conditioning these muscles. So instead of doing something that is a version of this, learn how to do biological breathing and you're all set. So now stop doing Kegels, do biological breathing, and stop thinking that you can strengthen something or stretch something when that something that's missing is the mechanics. Let me explain. Your pelvis is to be stable and balanced. When the connections, which is in this case spine and the lower extremities to the pelvis, or the bones of the pelvis, the joints of the pelvis are not stable, then the muscles on the inside have to make up for that. They tense up. The position of the pelvis changes. You either go into anterior pelvis or posterior pelvis, but bottom line is it's not stabilized. So now the proper breathing gets altered. So when you bring back biological breathing, we need to learn how to stabilize the pelvis, and this beginning stage of learning how that's done is with you on your back because you're not defying gravity. Now, when it comes to bladder control, your bladder is in the front. So you've got your bladder in the front and your intestines in the back. So when the pelvis is unstable, it can tilt forward, it can tilt back. Bottom line is you can put compression and tightness over your bladder. The muscles on the inside are tighter, so the space becomes smaller, and with that smaller space and that tilted forward position, as an example, it's very easy to squish the bladder. So now you have a bladder control. Now you have irritation of the nerves that go to the bladder to control bladder. So you see the process here, I hope. So We use developmental exercises because those are the same exercises that allowed you to stabilize the pelvis to begin with. We essentially duplicate what we all did as babies. When we were born, we could barely hold our heads up. We went through different stages of movement. We stabilized our pelvis. We got on our hands and knees. We learned to stand up. We learned to walk and then run, and we became walking toddlers. Every walking human being on the planet Earth has done the same thing. So that is the methodology, that is the blueprint of movement. So in my practice, in an attempt to stabilize the pelvis, to get rid of whatever version of pelvic instability the individual may have, I start developmental exercises with the person on the floor, and I teach them what right looks like, what their version is, how to replace their version with the right, and if in the future they encounter the wrong again, how to grab themselves and put themselves on the right track. At the end of the day, what you learn, if you don't apply going forward, is as if you never learned. So my recommendation is always to use the developmental exercises to lay the foundation, and now they have what it takes to strengthen the body parts. And that strengthening definitely happens as a result of developmental exercises. I hope this made sense. If you have any questions, or if you have any comments or suggestions for any videos, make sure you comment below. I read those and I definitely address them. And I'm thankful that you're watching this video, and I'm very happy to see that you are trying to learn more about your own body. If you need any help, make sure you use one of the contact points in the description box to contact me. Until next time, take care.